Welcome to day 12 of Solitude. My name is Katherine Nelson, and we're just going to do a quick review of yesterday. We looked at some core communication elements that you can be working on while you're in the comfort of your home, and if you're interacting with somebody else in that home atmosphere. And the three things were to not use you, so you need to, you should. Those are challenging things to respond to in a way that doesn't feel like you're being defensive. To be intentionally curious with the people around you, so to really ask questions, be interested in, and be mindful of not just carrying forward assumptions from past behaviors or conversations. And the other piece was really to work on not personalizing, so recognizing that other people have their own stuff going on and to try to believe that people have the best of intentions toward us. So today I want to talk about depression, and I know that this is such a heavy topic, but we're all in a situation right now where one of the components of depression, which can be isolating, is something that we're kind of being required to do. So I think what I wanted to help us do was to draw some distinctions between what's just regular low moods and part of this process, and then what actually is depression that we need to be concerned about and potentially really take action on. So elements of depression that would be the most alarming in terms of whether it's you or whether it's a friend or a family member or someone else is really that sense of hopelessness. So kind of not being able to see past today. It's that feeling of just lack of options or feeling like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It can often be linked with suicidal thoughts, and those are when we really need to start getting concerned. So other things to look for are just a lack of interest in activities. Now, our activities are different right now because of our circumstances, but let's say that you're reaching out to a friend and they consistently aren't wanting to connect even by phone or video or something like that. Don't hesitate to ask people, are you depressed? Are you feeling really low right now? And then explore that with them, because how can you help them if you don't really know what's going on? And we're not saying take responsibility for other people's choices. Obviously, they have ownership of that. But if you have a friend who has maybe a history of depression or a family member, check in on them. Give them an opportunity to share with you about what's going on, and don't be afraid to ask, how have you been doing? This has got to be tough being locked inside like this for such an extended period of time. So ask the questions, reach out to people. Other things to be mindful of, whether it's with yourself or someone else, or significant changes in your sleep habits, your appetite, your energy level, and really even your ability to concentrate, so being able to read or focus on something. So those are kind of some core areas to watch out for and be noticing. Now, I don't want to even cover down on any of this without giving you some resources. And while my technological savviness has not allowed me to be able to post like I want to do, a card on the end of these videos that would have information, I'm really having to put it in the comments section of the video. And given that the videos get shared, I don't know how widely that gets dispersed to people, but it's really, so I'm going to actually just verbally tell you some of these crisis resources, just in case the comment section doesn't get moved around with the video. So the first thing is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, and that number is 1-800-273-8255. And that's a great resource to send to anybody you're even potentially concerned about. And just say, I'm sharing this with everybody just as a prevention, as a caution. I want to make sure people feel like they have a resource if this isolation period starts to get to them. Obviously, if it's a medical or life-threatening emergency, call 911, whether it's yourself or someone else. But National Suicide Prevention Hotline is a fantastic resource, obviously 24/7, 365, a real opportunity for people to get to reach out and talk to somebody when they feel like they're at kind of the end of their rope. Other things to be aware of, and I've just been so impressed, I think it's within the last 10 to 15 years that mobile crisis teams have really taken off. And this is a resource where somebody actually comes to your home any time of the day when you call, and it's a crisis intervention team that goes out to talk to you in your home. And they're trained to be able to assess for and work with and help you figure out what's going on and what resources are available to you. So I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and the mobile crisis team number here is 877-626-1772. And then if you want to do another phone line that's more relevant to your specific area, there's often additional resources for that. And again, the resource for that here is something called Alliance Behavioral Healthcare. And their number is 800-510-9132. Now, normally we would be saying if you're in a crisis, you also have the option of going to like a crisis center to be triaged there. And that still applies, but what I'm hearing predominantly is that they want you to call ahead so that they can maybe do a little bit of an initial assessment over the phone. So whether you have to kind of look at what is the level of the crisis. Do I need to just call somebody to talk? So the National Crisis Line. Do I want somebody really to come out to my home? And I have no idea what the changes in parameters might be around that given the coronavirus situation, but I'm sure they would be able to talk that through with you. And then there's also, calling someplace like Alliance Behavioral Healthcare, which would be able to facilitate a potential admission for psychiatric reasons. So lots of changing dynamics in our society right now, and obviously it changes from moment to moment, day to day. So this is the information that's relevant today, but what you want to do is look for the most current information for where you are at this time. So please be mindful of the people around you, the people that you know who may have had depression in the past or may be prone to this, and check in on them. Be that kind of lifeline in terms of, letting them know that somebody cares and that somebody's reaching out and thinking about them. But also do your self-assessments and make sure that you're staying attentive to these kind of red flag items to make sure that if you're in that kind of a space that you're reaching out. So I hope this information has been helpful today, and I really wish you just the best possible day, that you are able to do some things that feel productive for you and that you continue to move forward in using this time for personal growth. Take care.